everyone! As most of you know by now, Mississippi is looking for a new state flag after the previous flag was retired on June 30th, due to the fact the flag contains the Confederate battle flag. The 9-person commission set up to choose a flag to put forward to a referendum in November is taking public submissions for a flag design. With that in mind, we decided to create some designs, and here they are. We have 6 designs in total. We'll be going through each one in detail, and we set up a voting system so that you guys can vote on your favorite among the 6. We'll tell you how you can vote a little later. But first, we need to give you some important information. Initially, we were planning to use your vote to decide which flag proposal we would submit to the commission. We can now reveal that we've already made our submission. So which one of these designs did we submit? The answer? All of them. That's right, we decided to submit all 6 designs. They didn't mention any limit as to how many designs one person or one group could submit, so we decided to send all of them. We also decided to send them before we publicly revealed them on this video. So while your vote will no longer decide which design gets submitted, we'd really like you to take part in the vote anyway. It will be fun to see which flag comes out on top. As well as that, we'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments section, where you can talk in detail about our designs. Tell us what you like and don't like about each of them. We've given a name to each of our designs. We have State Star, Mighty M, Blue Star, River Star, Tilted Star and Stripes, and Tilted Star. So how do you vote for your favorite? We have a link in the video description. Click on the link and it will take you to the voting page. There you'll see the 6 designs. Just click on your favorite and then hit submit. Voting will close on August 13th, which was the original closing date the commission had set for design submissions. They've now changed that to August 1st. We'll reveal the results of our vote shortly after August 13th. While we encourage all of you to watch the remainder of the video as we discuss the flags in detail, if you've already made up your mind, then feel free to go right ahead and vote. We're going to begin our analysis by looking at all of them together because they all have 2 important features in common. Firstly, all of them have 3 colors, and they all use the same 3 colors of red, white, and blue. We used the same color shades as the previous Mississippi flag for all of our designs. Also, we have good color contrast throughout all the flags with white separating the darker red and blue colors. From a symbolism perspective, the 3 colors allude to the national flag, the flag of the United States of America. The second thing they have in common is they all feature the phrase, "In God We Trust." The reason for this is because this phrase is included in the criteria for the flag design as laid out in the bill, which was passed by the Mississippi House and Senate. We disagree with the decision to include this stipulation because writing should never be used on flags. Flags should not require any writing because flags are meant to be a graphic symbol. If a flag needs writing, then the design has failed from a symbolic perspective. Also, writing is hard to read from a distance. Writing also makes manufacturing the flag more complicated and expensive. For all of our designs, we use the Arial Bold font. This is a very clear font that's easy to read, at least from not too far away. 4 of our designs have a height to length ratio of 3 to 5, while the other 2 have a ratio of 2 to 3. Both of these ratios are commonly used on flags. We're about to go through each flag individually, and after we've done that, we're going to add some final comments about our designs, as well as a couple of things about the whole flag change process we and thousands of others are participating in. So first up is State Star. The design consists of a centered blue square with 4 vertical stripes of red and white at the hoist and fly. The blue square is charged with a white 5-pointed star with the phrase, "In God We Trust," underneath, also in white. While the star is the main feature, this design is really all about the proportions. We wanted to create a perfect square for the blue at the center, as well as red and white stripes which are well proportioned. Each of the red and white stripes are 10% of the flag's length, while the blue makes up 60%. The symbolism of the flag is the following. The blue square symbolizes the freedom of the people. The red stripes symbolize the warmth and courage of the people. The white stripes symbolize peace and unity among all the people of Mississippi. The star represents the state of Mississippi. Our second design is called Mighty M. It consists of the shape of the letter M in white, rotated 90 degrees at the hoist. The M is placed on a blue field. At the flag's fly, we have 6 alternating vertical stripes of white and red. Changing the flag to a vertical orientation, we see the M more clearly. Finally, we placed "In God We Trust" at the hoist written in white. The symbolism of the flag is the following. The M shape refers to the state of Mississippi. The blue field symbolizes liberty. The 6 white and red stripes represent the 6 political entities that have ruled over Mississippi throughout its history. Those are various Native American tribes, the French Empire, the Spanish Empire, Great Britain, the United States, and the Confederacy. Because they are white and red stripes, they allude to the U.S. flag, which of course is the political entity that rules over Mississippi today. So the U.S. is given higher importance than the previous historical rulers through this design. And looking at the flag vertically once more, the link with the U.S. flag is more apparent. In God We Trust is placed on top of a blue triangle which alludes to God leading the people forward towards the future. And finally, the blue vertical stripe that separates the M from the white and red stripe symbolizes the Mississippi River. Next up is Blue Star. It has a wavy red stripe on top and a wavy blue stripe on the bottom, which are separated by a white field. The field is charged with a blue star with In God We Trust written underneath in red. The blue stripe represents the Mississippi River, which shares the same name as the state, as well as forming the state's western border with Louisiana and Arkansas. The red stripe represents a red sunset over the river as viewed from Mississippi State. The sunset, in turn, symbolizes the state's history. The white field symbolizes peace and unity among all the people of Mississippi, as well as hope for a bright future ahead. The blue star symbolizes liberty and justice. Next up is River Star. Like the previous flag, we decided to go with wavy stripes for this one. This one has red, white, blue, white, and red, with the white stripes relatively thin. The blue stripe is charged with a white star, while the red stripe at the bottom is charged with In God We Trust in white. The blue stripe symbolizes the Mississippi River, and the wavy lines convey how the river meanders significantly, which gives rise to the winding western border of Mississippi State. The white stripes symbolize peace and unity among the people, and the red stripes symbolize sunrise and sunset, as well as the warmth and courage of the people. The star represents freedom. Next, we have Tilted Star and Stripes. This design consists of a white star positioned at the hoist and also oriented towards the hoist, which gives rise to its tilted look. There is a red stripe behind the star at the hoist with blue at the center field. At the fly side, we have 6 alternating vertical stripes of white and red. The white, In God We Trust, is placed at the bottom center of the flag on top of blue. The symbolism of the flag is the following. The star symbolizes the state of Mississippi, the red at the hoist represents the warmth and friendliness of the Mississippi people, and the blue field symbolizes the freedom of all the people. The symbolism of the 6 stripes is the same as the one on our mighty M flag, the 6 entities which have ruled Mississippi. Making this flag vertical, we can now see the star facing upwards, as well as the stripes resembling those on the U.S. flag. In a few minutes, we're going to further discuss the star's orientation on this flag, as well as that of our final flag. And here is the final flag, which is called Tilted Star. This is the same as the previous flag, but without the stripes. Also, the symbolism is the same as the previous flag, minus, of course, the symbolism of the stripes. So that was our tour of each flag. So here are some additional thoughts. For our state star flag, we tried various charges other than the single 5-pointed star, because you can easily swap the star out for any amount of other designs. In the end, we decided to keep it pretty simple with our 1 star. Mighty M is the only flag without a star. While adding even more lettering to the obligatory In God We Trust may not be a great flag design choice, there are examples of flags out there which take 1 letter and do a good job of keeping the design simple and relevant. The state flags of Colorado and Ohio are good examples of this. Colorado uses a red C and Ohio has a white O. For our Blue Star and River Star flags, we went for wavy stripes. We think this gives the flags more character, and probably more importantly, it makes the flags more distinctive from other flags which have similar layouts. The national flags of the Netherlands and Paraguay, as well as the state flag of Missouri, all look a little similar to Blue Star, while River Star looks a bit similar to the national flag of Thailand. And then we have our tilted star flags. These are certainly eye-catching due to the large size of the star, and of course how it's oriented. This orientation allowed us to have a simple vertical red stripe at the hoist and using the remainder of the field as blue. We decided to make 2 versions. The plain version has a lot of blue, which may not be to some people's taste, and it might remind some people of the many other U.S. state flags, which have prominent dark blue fields charged with their state seal or coat of arms. That's why we decided to have a second design with white and red stripes at the fly side that significantly reduces the dominant blue field, though of course this makes the flag a bit more complicated. But what about the orientation of the star that gives these flags their name of tilted? While this may look unusual to casual observers, people who study flags will know that this orientation is far from unusual, and this convention can be seen on other flags. This is the state flag of Arkansas. It has many stars, and a lot of them are oriented towards the hoist, just like our tilted star. And the same number of stars are oriented in the opposite direction towards the fly. And while the flag has 3 blue stars at the center oriented upwards, the 4th blue star is pointing downwards. Here we have the state flag of Georgia. The 13 stars are arranged just like those on the Betsy Ross flag, the first U.S. flag that had stars. Other than the upright star at the top, these stars have unusual orientations because they are all designed to point directly away from the center point of the circle that they form. Here is the state flag of Tennessee. It has 3 stars. The one closest to the bottom of the flag is pointing to the fly side, but the other 2 stars are not pointing in any obvious direction. So compared to the stars on the Tennessee flag, our star is a piece of cake. So that ends our talk specifically about our 6 designs. But what about the flag change process itself? We think the Commission will receive tens of thousands of submissions, especially given that they didn't limit it to 1 entry per person or group. In 2015, New Zealand had a referendum to change its flag. The traditional British blue ensign went head-to-head against a fern-inspired design by Kyle Lockwood. Lockwood's design came from a short list of 5, which included another submission by Lockwood, which was the same design but with red instead of black in the canton. And as far as we're aware, Lockwood submitted at least 2 other designs, so clearly New Zealand didn't limit entries to 1 per person. So how many entries were received in total? Over 10,000, 10,292 to be exact. New Zealand has a population of about 5 million, and while Mississippi has a population of 3 million, the population of the U.S. is well over 320 million, and the Mississippi flag change has generated a lot more coverage than the New Zealand flag referendum. So we believe the number of entries will be far higher than New Zealand's. We estimate it could be anywhere from 50 to 100,000. We mentioned earlier the original deadline was August 13th for submissions. Now it's August 1st. So this will probably significantly reduce the number of entries. And in case you don't know, the people of New Zealand decided to keep the old flag. So that just about covers everything. Don't forget to vote for your favorite among our 6. The link to vote is in the description. And don't forget to give your opinions in the comments. Until next time, it's bye for now.